statement was something like, why did your black sisters allow you or you guys to be on here looking like that on
Mm-hmm.
national TV? But in
Mm-hmm.
the same case, you're on a national platform pointing them out.
Okay.
That's just as bad.
So if EB or Erica on your show think that hey, me being boring, tedious, or whatever you think, or me and being
Oh my God.
Greg is tedious, it doesn't matter. We're being our authentic self, and you're watching and you're viewing. And my edges they're back today.
Answer the question though. Because I'm not sure if the question is you asking about me and Aaron as a whole or that scene. But if the
No,
question
that's that scene. Well, no,
that scene.
Okay, no,
So,
actually, it's a two-parter. So I want you to
it's
answer about the scene and then also Aaron in general. But go ahead with the scene.
All right, bet. Scene first. So as far as that scene, first of all, I was proud of my dad because just like I can be very, very composed.
Mm-hmm.
I got that side to me. I know he was very
that, and then us having a meeting and failing. And then once this opportunity happened, they were like, okay, well, now you guys really can't meet.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So even on the show, it says like, oh, I said like, oh, it's been 8-9 months because at that time of filming, it had, that's how much time it passed by.
Ready, because it's already comments. What's going on? Da-da-da-da. Because I want to say, do you feel like that this show is a mixture of different shows put together? Like,
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. A lot of shows are a mixture of a lot of shows. I think this is a mixture of like Love is Blind meets Catfished. Only
yes, ma'am.
These people, they know their people.
Okay.
But when you're dating somebody virtually and you never actually got to see them, either one or two things can happen.
How did you feel about that? Because
I'm the type of person, I'm about loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
And see, a lot of people don't know what that is anymore. Morals. People don't know what that is anymore. And I am a type of person, my word is my bond. If you don't have nothing at all, you got your word. And see, one thing I can say about Shay, and I'm going to say this disclosure first. I'm going to talk about this once, and this is going to be my last time talking about it. Because one thing, I don't have to put nobody name. I don't have to call nobody name out my mouth, for one. Two, with Shay, I went to Josh first.
Yeah, Lex was flirting with me. Oh, Lex wanted to fuck me. Oh, yeah, Lex did.
All right, y'all. I wanted to play that. Good Lord have mercy. It is the final damn episode, and I am so happy that we are here. Hey, Abby, I see you in the chat, mama. Which Abby stopped watching the show at episode 3. By the way. And I was already committed, and I said, God damn it, I gotta finish this shit. All right, Dina, recap. Let's go, because I have no notes, girl. Go ahead.
Okay. So we got Chris and Cinco discussing if Chris is gonna leave with old girl or not. Charlie doesn't know what she's choosing. Brandon and Kiki go on a date to Dave and Buster's. Charlie and Jared have a nature date, and she don't like the outdoors. And figured out somewhere in there she sent him an Xbox right around the same time she got the tattoo, and he didn't reciprocate with the tattoo. Charlie is given desperate. Kiki and Brandon both have a lot to think about. Charlie and old girl discussed her feelings about Jared. Then you have the Last Supper. They did a little what would you miss most. And then Kiki said she learned a lot about herself. Then they had the rooms available, including the Boom Boom Room. And Chris and old girl have yet to be intimate. So then Taronda shows up to get a feel for what everybody's thinking. They play a partner in sync game. Jared doesn't believe in monogamy. And then Chris told old girl, God said don't go in there because she gonna put the voodoo on him. And then they had decision day, and Kiki was anxious, and her and Brandon leave separate. He was hung up on his trust issues, and he ain't help her with no bags, ain't give her no hug goodbye, and was like, adios, Kiki. Chris and old girl leave together. Jay and Cinco leave together. Charlie and Jared don't leave together. And then they showed a clip of the reunion, but it didn't give anything like, you know, besides Clavassier sweating or whatever. It didn't really give anything to, be like, oh, the reunion about to be fire. So I don't know who was in charge of the clips, but they could have gave something a little better.
Who's in charge of the girls? Look, okay, so we're gonna get into the reunion. I know that we are. The clip and whatever is gonna give child, but the fact that they had a reunion says so much about this season. Anyway, baby, it's giving. The ghetto hot mess is finally over. I'm sorry. All right. So you gotta remind me, because no shade. I watched it once and it's whatever. From the okay, so who was it? We knew that Kiki. To me, they dragged that whole thing out. We literally knew that Kiki and Brandon was not gonna make it after he was like, he literally said in the last episode, it's a deal breaker. Didn't he say that when he was sitting with the brother and the her friend or whatever? So to me, they just dragged it out. Girl,
Sorry, I touched something and it went off. My bad.
That's all I need. Married to black people come for me. I swear to God. But they took this whole fucking video down.
Well, it was only 2 seconds.
No, if they give me a message about it, I could just mute that little second. It's fine. But no, but real talk, we not know they were going to be not together. I just feel like they just dragged it out for this episode. And then to me, the finale episode, I expected more firecracker. I'm not saying drama like fighting or anything, but I expected more. It's about, you think you're going to cry the next day? It didn't give that people were emotionally attached to the situation. Nobody was like, oh, it's so sad. Kiki got left in back with the bags and stuff, struggling. That fool was like, I'll holler at you. Like
adios, Kiki.
I holla, like that was his boy from around the way. I mean, to me, I was like, wait a minute, that was trash. Don't thought. What you think about that? Because I mean, I'm not saying that every man should pick up every bag. I get it, but you saw a girl struggling with that luggage. You couldn't have at least helped her sister. You had one bag. I'm just saying.
Right, and then you see even Jared helped Charlie with her bags because she was looking at him like, "You gonna take these bags?"
She was. Okay, so with the thing with Charlie, I feel like she played her own self, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you were upset, emotionally upset, and I'm in love, and we gonna be this thing, and da da da. He gave you little crumbs throughout. That it's just a hit it and quit it. I just wanted to test the waters and see how it felt. That's all that it was. You were not his soulmate. You weren't his whatever. He said so many things to me that I would have left. When he made the comment about the marriage, you made a point saying you wanted to get married and all these things. You got babies, da da da. Girl, when he made those comments about the wedding and everything, about how he felt about it, why wouldn't you have just said, I'll holler at you too, or I'm gonna stay because it's good, or I'm staying because of the bag? It just, Jared was more real, and Charlie to me was delusional. What you think?
True. And then I think when she had the conversation with old girl, she was like, well, I never had anybody do this, and I never had. And then I think it clicked for her because she was like, he could be doing the bare minimum, and I think he's going over the top. And then she was like, basically I think at some point she started figuring it out, but in the beginning it was given very much delusional, and man ain't gotta tell me but one time he don't want to be with me and I'm out. Period. So he was given the signs. It almost seems like he was trying to do like, I'm gonna make her disgusted with me with the I don't believe in the monogamy. When he told her, hey, I just wanted to crack, like he's telling you, in this case, he's telling you this is all I wanted. And the next day he might say something different because he's trying to get a little bit or whatever. But at the end of the day, he don't want to be in a relationship with you. And the biggest red flag of all is when you told him about these 3 extra kids. And he was like, all right, I'm cool with it. You should have known he was a hit it and quit it right then.
Yes, ma'am.
Even though he was hiding the baby too. You know what I'm saying? Most men would have freaked out, would have been like, dang, we've been together all this time. What are the ages of these kids? Where does newborn come from? You got my name tatted on you, but you out here being a Lucy Lou. Like, he gave nothing. He was like, all right, cool. Because all he wanted to do was hit. He had no intentions of being with you after this show at all. He was just there. He got some sand at the beach, and that's all he was there for, and that's it.
Look, hiding the baby is crazy, but I'm just saying, just you saying that's like a crazy topic.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about it with Jared, I'm gonna give him some respect because out of everybody on the show, he kept it a buck. I'm sorry, and
Mm-hmm.
it's nasty the things that he said about not.
Well, he lied one
But
time.
no, he lied. But to be real, once he told about the baby, the floodgates were open. He just told how he felt for the rest of the season, and
Mm-hmm.
Charlie chose to stay up in it. Maybe it was some good deed. I don't know. I mean, the girls.
Well, I mean, she was probably mesmerized 4 years after whatever. But then when he told her he lied about what he wrote on the paper, and then was like, some days it's a yes, some days it's a
Hmm.
maybe, some day, right then and there, the fact that you lied so you could get me in the boom boom room would have been enough for me.
Yep, exactly. But instead, she stayed. And again, I don't know. She thought maybe her poom poom could have changed his mind. I'm not trying to be funny. Women do feel that way. I swear.
Hey, and I have told it, and I said it again. And I said before, and I say it again. You cannot love the hoe out of somebody.
Unfortunately, no. But I just think she thought she was gonna bring him home. He was gonna be the father to her new baby. And again, that's crazy to me. That house has been like a whole lot of kids, and that fool was like, I can't do it. And
Well,
I come on, that's a lot of kids. I'm
here's
just
the
that's a lot of
thing.
kids. I'm sorry, no shade.
Even though you say you can handle your kids, we talked about this. I think last week, not last week, but the week before. If a man is in your home at some point in time, you're going to be at work. Oh, can you drop the kids off at daycare or soccer practice or whatever? You can't think that man is going to sit in the house and not interact with your kids.
Mm-hmm. I
If
agree.
that's the case, he need to be in the house next door. You get your kids situated and y'all go play honeymoon next door. But you can't expect even a woman, either way it go. If a woman came in the house with no kids or minimal kids or whatever, and this man got 6 kids, you can't expect a woman to sit in the house and not interact with your kids. Like, put your shoes on, take your clothes up to the room. Are you hungry? Like, you just can't expect that man to sit there and act like 4 kids don't exist in the house.
Right. I agree. I agree. And that's what I'm saying. That's a lot for somebody. And this is also, I don't know why I'm shabby for Jared, but I gotta keep it real. That's a lot for somebody to take on. I understand he lied and he's kind of slimy, no shade. But I'm just saying, to be honest, I respect him because he's told so much of his shit. He didn't, lie. After that, he told how he felt. And for him to take all that on, can he afford that? And let's get this, not even shade. Having 2 kids in 2025 is expensive. 3 or 4 is like you got 3 jobs, she got 2, that type of situation. So I'm saying, are you prepared to take all that on financially? And he's probably looking at that. He probably never said it on camera, or maybe behind the scenes. I don't know. But that's the reality. That is a lot of money you got to come up with. And I'm not saying she said she got her own coins, and that's fine. But baby, you are not going to let other kids in your house starve. I'm talking about her because he gonna bring his kids over as well. Like, mama, you gonna have to also assist with those kids financially. So I'm just saying it's a lot to that, and I don't think she's really thinking about everything. What do you think?
I don't think so.
You don't
I
think?
don't think she's thinking about the whole dynamic. And then, when even when she made the comment, I'm sure I make more money than you.
Right,
I
right.
mean, so yeah. Now, but you just want a different version of a house dude, a house nigga, a maid.
Mm,
Like back in the day when I was in Texas, we called them maids, which is basically you got some dude that really had a lot of free time, and you made all the money, and he was there at your beck and call because he ain't have nothing going on for himself. I mean, he'll watch the kids, take them to school,
right.
this is that and the third, and he would lay some good pipe.
Right, and this is the same dude. Like when I and let's be honest. You see them in the WalMarts and the Targets and different grocery stores. You see, and in Dallas for some reason there always a skinny guy with some locks, a skinny guy with locks, and then he has a girlfriend who is 300 pounds, no shade. He's pushing around the babies in the basket, but you see her paying for the groceries or the food stamps or however. This is not judgment because I know this. Honestly, this is real shit. She's paying for everything, but you see him taking the babies to the bathroom. I've seen this all the time, and again, no judgment, but you can tell. And then she's driving the car, and he's sitting in, putting the kids in the. And again, this is no judgment, but what Dina is saying is real. This is it's real. I see it every day in the store, every freaking day, and like I said, if he wants to do that type of lifestyle, because she's saying she got the bag, but the thing about she's not thinking about him bringing a couple more kids over there, especially a baby, her bag gonna get smaller. Because what you think is gonna happen? You gonna have to the electric bill will go up, water bill, you gotta bathe the kids' feet. Okay, the food bill for sure is gonna go up.
Mad insane.
With the tariffs going on, can you unless you have food stamps? If what she says she make a lot of money, she can't get food stamps. So
right.
I saw,
mean, unless she already working the government.
Well, that's true as well.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you.
$400 a grocery.
She had 5 or 6 kids, and she was getting like $1,500 to $2,000 a month in food stamps.
Girl, wait a minute. Somebody was okay. I saw somebody. She had a card, and she was like, "Oh, I have to put my card." And I looked over and I glanced over, and I was like, "That sucker said $2,300." I said, "Oh my god!" Even when I was getting, I got it for like a year when my baby was real small. I did not get that much. I mean, I got something, but it was not that much money. I was like, that is crazy. That hustle is crazy. That's why I think I don't want to get political. Why people want to remove it from the system because there's so much corruption. But that's another thing behind the scenes. Yeah.
But you're right. It's supposed to be a stepping stone, not a
right.
Saturday.
I didn't like it. I'd rather work, but I was pregnant, having kids, and I was, whatever. But anyway, but what I'm saying is, even if she doesn't have it, most groceries today, bills are going up, and I know this for a fact because I see it every day. It could be what $400, $500 just to get grocery, whether you're at Sam's or Walmart or what. Even if you go to Target, it doesn't matter. Whole Foods is more expensive. So you're looking at $400-$500.
$137 for a dozen eggs.
Yes, ma'am. So imagine spending 3 extra children. Girl, I swear, her purse is going to be empty. I'm sorry. So I just don't think she thought about everything, and so I think that he kind of had the right mindset in a situation like this. This is going to be too much for both of us. Let's step away. This was a good time, and as Kiki kept on saying, this is a vacation. I really think that everybody thought that this was a vacation. You got Clavassier in my comments telling me that Tati planned the whole thing. So, what's your thoughts, Mama? Because this show has been giving us the reads of what show.
And I've said before that we all know there's maybe 1 or 2 couples on here for real, and the other ones are on here for ratings and drama and chaos and whatnot, paid actors and trying to get their little 15 minutes or whatever. So I don't think any of this surprises me. But now, if this was 20 years ago, everybody would believe whatever was in front of their face. But now we're in an age where the internet is a mother. You know what I'm saying? So you can go and you can be like, didn't I see him somewhere before? Didn't I see her somewhere before? Oh, they was on this. Oh, they was on that. That's not his best friend. She said he was the girlfriend on this show. And then now you got questions.
Yes.
And so, and it's the same thing with some of the other couples. Like, are y'all here to get a check or is this real? So I think we kind of sussed out who's the real couples and who's the fake couples. And at this point, we got this damn reunion only needs to be 1 episode, 30 minutes at best. Keep it moving and get these degenerates off.
Oh, Lord Jesus. So, so who else we didn't talk about? Because I do want to get to the reunion because I don't know.
Let me go back to my notes. Okay, so we did Charlie and Jared, Kiki and Brandon. What's the other couple that was there? Jay and Cinco.
Okay, so for Jay and Cinco, that couple to me is like we've already said this to me. I feel like they are a real couple. I literally think that they are a real couple. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. They're good actors. If I'm wrong, they're good actors. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, I don't know. I feel like that they should have got a little more shine. They was more or less acting like the parents of the house or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to
That's
keep
because they
everybody
didn't have
together.
no drama.
I know, but I just wish we could have saw a little bit. You
It
understand what I'm
wasn't
saying?
TV worthy.
I know, and I hate that because to me it seemed like to me the positive stuff we
Mm-hmm.
should be able to see that as well. I get it. I've always said this. I do understand. Hold on, y'all. I'm posting Dina's YouTube channel in the chat. Y'all go follow, please. It's a new channel. Anyway, I get it that you have to have some of that drama when you're producing the show and stuff like that. I understand that. But to me, I would have liked to see more of these two because to me, you look on the internet, how people feel about this couple, they liked them. They loved it how she got Brittany together for touching everybody, which is still weird. But you know, people was championing her for calling her out because nobody else was gonna say anything. Jay was just keeping it real. She was one of my favorite people on the show. She was. And so I don't know. What do you think about that? Because I know you said about the messiness of it, but did you like those two as a couple, Jay and
Yes, I did like them as a couple. And I mean, their biggest thing was who's gonna move where, not babies
right?
and exes and is they going to the boom boom room or not? They got that over real fast.
The moving thing, I'm gonna say this. I'm looking at both sides of that coin because I feel like they both have good points. But when he said no, she said I have the baby. He was like, she's 4. I was like, what does that have to? That's the only part I didn't understand. You know, what do you think about that? Because like, if I making a decision like that, it's heavy, especially if you do have a small child.
Right.
So I'm just not really. I mean, I'm
I
not.
think he wasn't understanding, like, when she said he's got friends and blah blah blah. He's like, he's 4, like he can make new friends,
Okay,
but
gotcha.
because he moved around and turned out okay, that don't mean necessarily it'll work for everybody. But I do think, here's the thing, she has a great support system, so I'm not saying they not gonna work out, but if really he should move there, I feel, wherever she is, because you don't want to uproot her child. She probably has daycare, in line. She's
Right.
got cousins,
Mhm.
aunties, uncles, like that's watching her mama, cousins, whoever watching him while she's on this show. Like she has a good support system. And if
Exactly.
he has to, uproot her support system and disrupt that and go somewhere where, hey, if she's running late from work, who's gonna pick up the kid if he's not available? Like, so it's kind of one of those, it's a double-edged sword, because yes, y'all should be together, and if he makes more money doing what he do, maybe it would work for her to go where he is. But I'm just looking at the long term. If
That
it
is so
don't work
smart, Dina.
out, now
Mhm.
you're stuck in this city and you
Yes,
gotta move
ma'am.
back.
Ooh, Dina, I love that. Now, look,
Because I've done that.
I think. Oh, oh wow. I think that I think she would feel differently. I feel like if she didn't have a little baby, I really think she would feel
Yeah,
different because
because then you could, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to go, somewhere and be like, okay, like the first time I moved to Atlanta, it didn't work. I was there a year. The plan didn't go as planned. I went back to where I was at before and, stacked my money, got more experience. And then when I went the last time, I had a job lined up, had an apartment lined up, and I was there for 5 years until COVID, and probably would still be there if not for COVID. But yeah, so it's easier to do when your children are much older, or if you don't have any children at all. That would be my biggest fear in the situation, to disrupt my support system with my child. And whether it be 6 months, a year. Now, after 5, 10 years, you've rebuilt your support circle. But if it's only like, I would say under 2 years, it's a disruption for nothing.
well, the thing I like about what you said, and which I really can remember being, a single mom and having small kids, and Lord have mercy, the struggle is super freaking real. And so when you said that support system, that hit me because I couldn't imagine leaving with my kids, moving somewhere because she probably has things set in motion, like you just said. The good thing you said, she's been on this show for a minute. So who was watching the kids? She has a support system to watch her kid for her while she's been gone for I don't know how long, but I don't know how long they've been gone. But the whole point is that no woman's gonna walk away from that because she's gonna get to this city. They have a big fight one day. I'm not saying the negative on them. I'm just saying stuff happens. Life.
Mm-hmm.
They getting a
Right.
big ass, getting a big ass argument, or some BS happens, and then her and the little girl are stuck in this city. She's trying to figure out, she's in school. I don't care if she's 4 years old, you know what I'm saying? But when you have children in school, and I was the kind of kid that did get moved around because I was a military brat, and there's nothing wrong with that. But she's not in the military. She would have to choose this for her man. I think, like you said, he should move to where she is. That makes more sense to me. It would be less like you said, he's making some coin or something like that. But even still, she making her own bread, her own thing. Everything is set. The child care is set. The pickups are set. Doctor is set. Why would you want to disrupt all that when you as a grown man could just move to where she is? That's all I'm saying. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that you pointed that out. But I don't feel like he wanted to budge on that. To me, now I don't know what happened after, obviously. But to me, it didn't seem like he wanted to budge on that topic. What did you think?
He didn't, but I want to say she made a comment something about, because I think he worked from home or something, and she was like, "You can work from anywhere" or something like that.
Oh wow, well, that makes it even crazier that he's even making a debate about that. To me,
Yeah,
he's being a bit selfish. I'm sorry. I feel like he's worrying about his comfort and his needs, and that's not really fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. You work from home as well? No. That means you can really move around because she has a whole job and everything. And I'm pretty sure from what you're saying, her job is probably in somewhere, not on online. So why would she leave that? I don't know. That puzzles me. That's the only thing about him. It just puzzles me. And I love seeing her do his hair. I love seeing that. That was a intimate moment that we have a conversation. He be twisting his hair. Because I retwist Reggie's hair all the time. We always I just love that. They're just a cute couple. So I hope they're still together.
yeah. I want to say when they had oh he's four, she's four, whatever. Therefore, I don't know what she has, but anyways, um. I want to say something about, she mentioned something about him working from home, or he could work from anywhere, or whatever, something to that effect.
Well, like I said, to me, it's kind of selfish. I feel like he's more or less worried about him moving, his friends, maybe his night, probably something male stuff. He don't want to move. I don't know. It's weird. And then when he said he moved around, so if you moved around, why don't you just move again? It just doesn't make
Right.
it just doesn't make any sense, y'all. Anyway, so who else? We missing anybody else? Was
Oh,
that it?
well, no, Chris and no girl.
Oh, my bad. I literally forgot, and that was no shade. I just literally forgot. So okay, I guess they left together. Okay, I mean it is what it is. And she was not happy that they didn't get the boom boom room or whatever. I just felt like that was her main focus, was the boom boom room, and he was not going to give it to her. So, what are your thoughts? 'Cause I don't have really
I'm
much.
just saying she should have picked Jared. He was trying to pump on him.
Lord Jesus.
If he wanted something that bad,
Right.
I'm sure he would have been willing.
So one thing I will say, they had one date, okay, and they said they resolved all their problems with one session with the psychiatrist, and everything was okay. So I'm just saying, they say they're perfect. They walked out together. The end. So the reunion. We'll talk about the looks and everything when we get to see the full picture. But it didn't look like it was much happening. Maybe like you said, they picked the wrong clip or wrong scene, or when it wasn't much happening. I thought I was going to see something, it was a Clavasier show and Tati show anyway, and Jared and Charlie show. A little bit of Kiki and what's her name. But that's pretty much it. So what do you think the reunion going to be about? Them three only and a little bit of the rest?
Maybe. I don't know. It was just I don't know. The clip was weird. I mean, they focused on, them sweating or whatever. I think they showed Kiki and Brandon real fast. It wasn't enough to be like, I'm a tune in. You know what I'm saying? Like a jaw dropper or cliffhanger or,
Right.
It
wasn't.
Cavassier always sweating. That ain't nothing new.
Well, he's right now getting dragged by everybody, but he's also jumping in there and saying what he got to say as well. I mean, he's just feel like he's being made to look like a bad guy because he held on to the not telling people about his baby. And that's why he put in my comments, Tati planned this whole situation, knew everything. So he's like, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't
I
know.
believe I mean, like, I honestly believe, like, I don't think, unless somebody that knows Jared and Charlie want to come forward, they didn't give this as staged, because baby girl was crying way too much.
Mhm.
But as far as like staged, uh I'm definitely saying Tati and Clavassier and Chris and old girl, they just gave this ain't no way in hell this is real.
Right. It's just it gives put a ring on it. And you guys understand, me and her debunked the whole season and the whole show. So please, when I tell you that we know what we're doing, we know what we're doing. And it is what it is. It gave fake and fraudulent. So to me, the
Hmm.
reunion was filmed like my God, because everything started at the end of last year. So I think it was what the beginning of this year where they did the little reunion or whatever. I knew everything was going on, by the way. I did. But it was taped right after they filmed the show. So to me, it's not going to give, because like I said, from many shows we have talked about, when you do a reunion, it should always be done at the end of the actual season, recorded, I meant, because you
Hmm.
catch all of the strays, the drama, whether it be the bloggers, whether it be the fans, whether it be the
Family,
cast.
ex-boyfriend,
Right.
ex-girlfriend,
The
baby
cast
mama,
itself.
baby
Yes.
daddies.
Yes.
Yeah.
But see,
Like, really, they should film the reunion. Like, what is it, 10 episodes? They
mhm.
should film the reunion around episode 8 or 9.
Yeah, that's good because you'll catch everything. Not everything, but you'll catch a lot. But to me, like for instance, Own is a little bit selfish. They don't want to do that because
No,
they would have to incorporate
all these
everything.
questions.
Yes, all these things, and they don't want to address it or talk about it or don't want
Mm-mm,
to
not at
acknowledge.
all.
Right. So they'd rather just we're gonna film it early and just talk. And it's crazy to me because then even after the reunion, you're like, wait a minute, why I didn't address this? Why you didn't just address that? Because good and well the cast would in most shows would respond to things that happen in drama. When Bravo do reunions, baby, the cast talks about everything that happened in real life. I love how Bravo does their production.
Yeah,
They
and they ask the fans get to ask
Yes, they
questions.
do. They do. They do. They incorporate a lot of different things that makes you want to go over there. And I just wish OWN would kind of come to the future. Y'all so busy wanting to hoard and have all this on. And I don't want to. It's just crazy to me. Even though most bloggers, that's why I stopped. I used to post videos all the time of the trailers. I stopped doing that. And I realized a lot of bloggers do that on their Instagrams or whatever. That's free promotion that you get from bloggers and just people in general, and they come flock to the OWN or different, whatever to the show, and it's just not appreciated. So I just cover the shows I cover, and I leave it at that. And I hate it gotta be like that because the other networks do not treat me the same. I mean, don't treat me the same way as they do. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So all right, so you got I do know I need you guys to follow Dina. Please, got 13 people watching from different networks. I shared her channel on I think Facebook group. I did it and here in the chat as well on my YouTube channel posts. Please, guys, go follow her channel so we can get her channel back up so she can start doing her different content. She has new content coming out that she's working on. Like, comment, subscribe. You see the Cash App QR code is in the corner. Make sure you guys hit that if you would like to. Happy Father's Day to all the papas and fathers out there in every aspect of that word. Please, you do everything for these kids, and it's a wonderful thing to see. Dina, you got any final words, or do you have anything coming up that you're working on, or just whatever you want to say?
No, I'm just trying. I probably post some of my little travel videos. I'm trying to do some of that on my channel, and I don't really have anything coming up.
Okay. So for me, also, guys, the 4th of July weekend, I have some interviews dropping. I have did a press junket with stars for BMF, and I'm excited about these interviews dropping, and they'll drop the 4th of July weekend. Also, my birthday is the 5th of July. So also I'll be old as hell, but blessed. All right. And I've lost 55 pounds in total, FYI. So your girl is shrinking. Okay. With that being said, guys, it's Commissioner Reviews, the Queen of Reality TV. I love y'all down. Y'all know what to do. Da 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 da. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it. It is what it is. Period.